Today's a good day. We got TBATE chapter 189. We start off with Arthur getting woken up by one of his subordinates. She throws him a bunch of scrolls and say, hey, you got a lot of reading to do, my guy. And then Sylvie starts getting on his ass. Tell him he had a very unproductive night last night. Mainly because my guy Arthur got a little too faded the night before. He got a little too tipsy. And Sylvie had to carry his ass back to his tent. But after he gets all situated, him and Sylvie go and walk around camp. They check up and talk to and wave to some of the other soldiers. And then he goes into the camp where all the captains are and where all the decisions are being made. And this is where we meet Captain Jarnus Adir. I don't really like him, bro. I don't like him. Arthur tries to play it cool. Be nice to him, you know what I'm saying? Say, how you doing? But the captain, he's just a little stuck up, bro. He a little stuck up. After that, he tries to brush Arthur aside, like he's not the general. And he's over here trying to combine both of the divisions together. The two captains saying they kind of agree with the situation, but they ask Arthur how he feels about it. Arthur lets him know, I don't think it's the best idea to have all of our people in one spot, especially in war. That is a recipe for disaster. And this is where Ardir starts to undermine Arthur again. He's like, yeah, you might be a lance and you might be responsible for this, but we have the most knowledge about our divisions. We know how they act the best. Sylvie ain't having that. Sylvie don't take no type of slander towards her dad. She will murk somebody talking to him like that. You see it right there. She said she gonna slap him. And Arthur just playing it cool. He's like, yeah, you know what, man? It seems I'm not needed. I'm just gonna get something to eat, man. Then old girl's like, is there anything you would like to add? And Arthur's like, well, I got something. And old boy tries to cut him off, you know what I'm saying? And Arthur was like, Captain, I was trying to be civil with you. I'm only here on Commander Viron's order, in the event that the worst case scenario happens. And then he drops an aura moment right here, him and Sylvie. And he tells him, I suggest you do not confuse my indifference with some misguided notion that you hold the reins here. Put him in his place, Arthur. Then he hits him with, do we understand? That froze the captain. And then Arthur was like, good, because I never planned it to be hands-on anyway, so I'll leave all that up to you. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT. But when he steps out of the tent, something crazy happened. This is where the chapter turns. We see a floating arm being severed off with the sword broken in it in the air. And it lands on the ground. This is what I like about this art style right here. We're starting to see some of the darker elements of the story. They're paying attention a little bit more to the gore, which I like. And once Arthur sees this, Arthur tells everybody, get ready and get into battle stations. We're prepared for an attack. The captain tries to go off and get with his division, but Arthur says, don't go. You will be going alone and you will be dying trying to get there. You stay here and fight with me. But he shakes off Arthur's hand and runs away anyway. Look at him, just trying to play hero ball. But Arthur feels like there's something else going on during this time. And he tells old girl over there, you can never be too careful. Arthur tells Sylvie, you better get ready. And she asks, is it okay for me to transform in front of everybody out here in the open? And he says, yes, go ahead. We got to figure out what's going on fast. And this little art panel right here is tough. Very tough. Then she transforms into the dragon and they fly up into the sky. Oh my God, that shit is so beautiful. That shit is beautiful. And then as they're flying above the sky, they see the carnage that is taking place. This was one of those sneak peek panels that Turtle Me showed in black and white. And oh my God. This new art style, man, this new man who's doing the art, keep him. He's cooking. And then we get an overview of the shot of what's taking on right now. There's some crazy ass monsters out there. And we find out that this was a huge miscalculation on their part. Overall, what did y'all think about the chapter? I think the art style is fire. I think they did their thing with it. I think the pacing is good from what I read in the light novel. We're here. We're cooking. They dropped 2 chapters today, so I'm about to drop the next video after this. I'll catch y'all.